Joining me now is Neil Bradley. He's the Executive Vice President and Chief Policy Officer over at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Neil, haven't talked to you in a while, but nice to speak with you as always. Chamber, you represent businesses. I'm guessing you're on the side of the big three here, but you just heard from the president talking about profit sharing. Here's what you write. The UAW strike, and indeed the summer of strikes, is the natural result of the Biden administration's whole of government approach to promoting unionization at all costs. Why are unions and profit sharing bad?
Well, unions aren't bad, and sharing profits aren't bad, and increases in wages for union workers, including the UAW, isn't bad. That's not the issue at hand here. In fact, if you take this particular instance, the three automakers have put large, substantial wage increases, 20% in some cases, on the table. The problem is that the expectation, in part by this administration's policies, have been created that lead to things like a demand for a 40% pay increase, and the idea that workers should get paid for 5 days when only doing 4 days of work. And so you add all of these things together, and it's they're really asking for things that just aren't economically feasible, and that's where the difference lies.
Do you blame the White House for this? Is this their fault, in your view?
I think we have to look at the fact that the administration, its allies, and their policies are trying to put the thumb on the scale in favor of unionization in a way that's created these expectations and, frankly, emboldened the unions, as we've seen in this very strike. And so when you tell unions that you no longer actually have to win an election to actually become certified as a union, when you tell unions that we'll give union shops preferences for government grants and contracts, when you do what California is about to do and say, if you strike, we'll give you unemployment benefits, you fundamentally destroyed the balance that leads to fair negotiations, and you end up in situations like we're in today.
You know, I was struck by hearing that woman in Ryan's report say she's making $10 an hour less, her pension's gone, benefits gone. What would you tell her? Is it the union's fault? Is it the automakers' fault?
I don't know the particulars of any given situation, but as I began with, unions should be negotiating for higher wages, and they should be receiving higher wages. That's not the issue at hand here. The question is that can we avoid creating these unrealistic expectations that just can never economically feasibly be met? You know, you could ask for wage increases that would have put employers out of business. That does no one any good. And so Neil, what we have to do is restore some balance to this debate.
I want to note right now that is the head of the UAW, the union, speaking right now, I believe, in Michigan, in Detroit, Michigan. If you were to be able to talk to Shawn Fain right now, what would you tell him?
I would suggest that it's time to get back to the negotiating table, that everyone wants a fair contract that rewards union workers, but also results in a strong three U.S. automakers that have the capacity and the wherewithal to grow so that they can keep those UAW workers employed, not just today, but for decades ahead of time. And, you know, when he says it's a generational issue, he's not wrong about that. But the path they're pursuing is one that means that these automakers won't be around for generations to come. And that doesn't serve him or the workers or America much good at all.
Neil Bradley with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, sir. Nice to speak with you again. Hope you come on back.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.